Hello there, this is David from David Books and Comics, and today I want to talk about a character that was created in Europe. This is the World Encyclopedia of Comics, edited by Maurice Horn. And I'm just flipping the page here to the subject I want, and that's this fellow, El Coyote. El Coyote, that was a character created by a writer named Jose Mallorqui, and he was mostly illustrated by Francisco Batet. And I do have, mind you, in French and Portuguese, which are the languages I'm most comfortable with. And so I'll show you the ones I have of Coyote. So this is El Coyote, and the artist copyright, as you see there, is Ediciones Clipper, and it's the artist is Francisco Batet. Now he appeared over in Europe. In This is a Portuguese publication, and this is what they used to do is they published different comic strips and comic um, characters in this. It's kind of an anthology book of different comic strips. Anyway, so this is O Filho do Coyote, and it tells the story of the son of the coyote. And it's as I said, the artwork is all Francisco Batet. He's even signed it, as you see there. And it looks like, because it's signed on almost every, right there, it's signed in many portions. So it looks like this was some sort of a comic, Sunday comic strip or something. Anyway, I'm going to show you the comic strip, and I'll show you the story that this was based on. I have the French version of this, and that's this. This is Le Fils du Coyote. So Le Fils du Coyote par Jose Mallorqui, and that's the translator. And that the artist, yes, is Francisco Batet. And then you have this is the son, and it's basically a pulp novel, and they started, I think, in 1943 by Jose Mallorqui. And you see he signs it. It's basically the same story as presented in comic strip form here, which I read already. Sur un piège contre le coyote, Guadalupe arriva chez Sorenes beaucoup plus tard qu'elle ne l'avait imaginé. Diverses rencontres avec des personnes qu'elle n'avait pas vues depuis longtemps. So it tells you the story of this is a person that Guadalupe hadn't seen in a long time. Guadalupe was the wife of the alter ego of the coyote. All right. So I just wanted to show you that, but I'll show you what other stories I have. So according to this listing, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the 11th story. This is Le Sosie du Coyote by Jose Mallorqui. So that's that. And this is a French, obviously a French publication. So this is Le Sosie du Coyote, is the 6th book in the series. So Une diligence attaquée. So that's like a stagecoach that was attacked. All right. So that's how the story opens up. These are all self-contained stories. The artwork, I would consider some of the best in Western artwork. The main character had his adventures circa 1850s in California. So And he's a Zorro, basically a Zorro type character. This is La Victoire du Coyote. There you go. And some of them were two-parters, as you see here. So this is number 10, number 11. This is number 10. This is number 11. Okay. This is Victoire Secrète, Secret Victory. And these are the French ones that I have. Really rough, but the stories are complete. And these are the Brazilian ones that I have. And in Brazil, they basically translated the entire run, the entire series. So if you go to the Brazilian version of eBay, you're liable to find a lot of these. If you happen to read the language, you're liable to find a lot of these for sale and available. They tend to go for quite a bit of money. These ones I ordered from someone I knew in Portugal. So, a Pedra dos Mortos. So, the Rock of the Dead Ones. And again, the artwork. This one's not signed. Let's see if this one is. Yeah. Batet. Francisco Batet did all the drawings. This is Maurice Horn's article on it, and he gives it glowing reviews, saying it's giving the background. So it says here, in 1946, El Coyote started its long career as a weekly comic book with illustrations by Francisco Batet, who had previously drawn hundreds of Coyote novels. So there you go. So the novels came first. So this is a Pedra dos Mortos. This is the blood of Simon Salter. The blood of Simon Salter. There he is. O Sangue de Simon Salter. And there's Francisco Batet, the artist. First chapter, capítulo primeiro. Simon Salter deixou o jornal. So I can read that and understand most of what I'm reading. Beautiful covers, by the way. Slick covers. This is Calm de Forca. This is again by Jose Mallorqui. Art, interior artwork. That's Batet's artwork. There it is, signed Calm de Forca. So there you go. That's number 106. This is Casa dos Valdez. There you go. So the alter ego, and I believe it says here, of the Coyote is none other than César d'Achegu. César d'Achegu, who conceals his identity under a mask and a curious disguise in order to fight with impunity the Yankees and brigands who devastate his land. So that a lot of the setting for the stories is California. This is The Vengeance Belongs to the Coyote. So this is a later one. This is 171. Just giving you an idea how many of these there are. 171, and more to be published. So these were all translated into Portuguese in Brazil. The later editions don't feature the same Batet's fantastic artwork, by the way, except maybe in the frontispiece part of the story. But the early editions all feature the wonderful artwork of Francisco Batet. These are great stories to read. They're all intact for the most part. Most of the novels are all intact in one pulp novel. And they're all kind of digest size, as you see here. They were published mostly in Europe and in Brazil, translated in Brazil and in the Spanish-speaking countries. Obviously, they didn't need translation. But there's Le Coyote, Victoire Secrète. La victoire du Coyote, Le fils du Coyote, and Le souci du Coyote. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this little presentation on the very prolific writer Jose Mallorqui and his very famous character from the 1940s and 50s. There were three films, one of which I have. It's called The Sting of the Coyote, and they're not spectacular. They're not even considered. They're not that. They're simple. They're simple adventure stories, somewhat like and a little bit over melodramatic. Um, but if you're gonna, and there were, I believe, about 20 or so novels translated into English. So there are some rare editions of the Coyote adventures in English. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this little foray into the foreign pulp novels of the adventures of the Coyote, an interesting Zorro type character, um, but beautifully drawn by Francisco Batet. And the stories are simple but sheer adventure and fun to read. All right. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for all those who are subscribing. And remember to put that thumbs up for like. And again, feel free to comment. Okay, thanks. Bye.